On thin ice.
This is embarrassing.
Black ski weekend.
Slippery, slippery, slow, I'm be sliding.
Young black people flying to the mountains to get lit on the slopes.
Never again. Never again.
A black travel group accused of broken promiseth, going viral for what they sold on their website.
This is what they had them doing at yoga, like the dining area of the lobby.
Versus what guests actually got, and when the Shade Room got involved.
I had a good time.
Are influencers trying to sabotage this black travel group on purpose? I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. It's been getting messy on TikTok. A black woman's harsh take on what happened to her at a black ski weekend. This one in particular in Flagstaff, Arizona, organized by the Black Arizona Run Club. It's not affiliated with the other ones, the popular ones in Colorado and Canada. But as I started investigating her claims, it is clear that somebody was embellishing the truth.
It was so unprofessional. It was so unprofessional and tacky.
Almost 1 million people watched her 3-part story time on TikTok.
It was completely ruined. Like, they false advertised everything.
Zakia is her name, and she told me that this is what she was promised. For $1,500 total, her husband and 2 friends would get round-trip transportation to weekend events, including a bar crawl in the slopes in Flagstaff, Arizona. Also, private suite lodging, including 1 suite with 2 queen beds to not be shared with other attendees.
The group option says that it comes with a suite, right? So a suite is very different from a hotel room. A suite typically has a living space and then separate living quarters. And it was advertised for a group of 4 people.
She says that was the first red flag.
We get there, they give us the rooms. It's a motel setting, right? Like, no elevator. We're got our big bags full of winter clothes, dragging it up the stairs. And then we get into the room. Baby, that room was small. 2 queen beds, a tiny little bathroom. That was it.
There was no way that she and her husband were going to share a double queen room with another couple.
It is what it is. We'll just go somewhere else for the night. We'll come out of pocket ourselves. My bad for not paying attention. I was okay with that.
We at the Shade Room, we did look closer, and on the website, it does say that all lodging packages were for standard rooms, which includes 2 queen-size beds, not suites, which Zakia says created confusion.
It just gave, we don't give a damn.
She also claimed that the Nordic spa that they advertised, which promised private saunas and plunge pools.
I'm about to attach a picture of the Nordic spa. This is what it was. If you Google a Nordic spa, which is what I did, this looks nothing like what it is advertised to be. It's literally just a hot tub.
And the morning group yoga session?
This is what they had them doing at yoga. This is the dining, like the dining area of the lobby. They're doing downward dog where people are eating breakfast. And people were already looking at us crazy. This is embarrassing. Y'all didn't have a separate space for us to do yoga? Like, what is this? I don't like this. Y'all false advertised everything from the suite to the Nordic spa to this yoga. Who is doing yoga in a dining room?
Before we continue, roommates, if you love TSR Investigates, make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the Shade Room's YouTube channel for new weekly episodes of this show and more. She went on to say that when it was time for the main event, a day at the slopes, their charter bus broke down.
Okay, so the bus breaks down. It's starting to get cold. The bus is completely shut off. My husband gets on the phone with Enterprise as a backup plan just in case, which we ended up having to get a rental. I ended up having to pay for my own room and get a rental. We arrive at the Snow Bowl. There ain't nothing. There's not a designated area, not a room, not a nothing. Everybody is scattered everywhere. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. I'm walking up to people because that's my style. Like, hey, y'all, like, do y'all know where we're sitting? Because me and my husband decided we're not about to go up on this mountain and play with these people. We're not going to ski. We're just going to relax, have some hot chocolate, and just kick it. Like, because I know not everybody is skiing. So I know we're going to meet some people and just have a good time. Like, I feel so bad that I dragged my husband through this nonsense, and he was so patient.
I spoke to a travel expert and CEO about what we all can do to protect ourselves. He's going to weigh in a bit, but here's where I started asking questions. I got on the phone with Emmanuel Jones, the lead organizer of Black Ski Weekend in Arizona. He was not willing to speak to us on camera about this, but he does say that Zakia's videos are fabricated. Her goal he says may have been to harm his brand publicly. He says that the proof is in the receipts and how other people reacted on TikTok to Zakia's stories.
I had a good time.
This TikToker, Itty Bitty J, who was on the trip, on the defense.
Before I spend my money on something, I am going to research down to the T. And I'm not saying everyone is like this and everyone has to, but I did. I mean, the hotel was very, well, hotel, motel, whatever y'all want to call it. It was extremely nice. Like, it was freshly renovated. And I think a lot of people are so stuck on, oh, it's a motel, it's a motel. That town is Flagstaff is a very small town. There is barely any hotels. And if people did research, the place that we stayed in was the most renovated place that Flagstaff had. The spa was a cool vibe. There was a DJ. Yes, there was a hot tub. So I don't know if people were expecting Arizona Grand Resort Spa or something luxury. That's not what this was. The way it was advertised is how it was written and wrote on the hotel's website.
Emmanuel Jones, he told me he and his team went out of their way to rectify Zakia's concerns, including offering Uber rides to everybody going to the slopes after their bus broke down. He also says that Zakia requested a $400 partial refund, which he sent immediately, and apologized in person and online before she even posted those TikToks. Quote, I understand that there were parts of the experience that didn't meet expectations. Though they were out of our control, I still understand where you're coming from and can take accountability in that your experience wasn't the best. I plan on reaching out to everyone personally today to apologize, take the necessary feedback and criticism, and work with you guys to resolve issues that occurred, end quote.
Hey y'all, I am back with my last and final part.
Zakia giving her TikTok followers an update.
He said that the bus that arrived was not the bus that he ordered. He ordered a Mercedes bus. The company delivered a different bus, and he did not want to make us wait. So that is the bus that we went with. And of course, there was a lot of chaos that occurred with that bus. Second thing was the hotel situation. He said that the hotel was advertised as a suite. That is why he advertised it as a suite. That's the information that was provided to me. I was told that the Nordic party, the Nordic spa, was just the hot tub. He made it clear that it also included a cold plunge and it included a sauna as well as snacks and drinks and everything else. And he was open to my feedback, and I can respect that. I can respect that. So as a community here in Arizona, hopefully we can all move forward. We can all learn from this experience, and hopefully next year when they do host this experience, it can be a lot better for their participants.
But what she didn't reveal, according to Emmanuel, is that the High Country Motor Lodge where they were staying is in fact a 4-star boutique facility. And Zakia had been to multiple events that Black Arizona Run has hosted, which have been popular in the Phoenix area. They're known to host free wellness and community events for Black people in that area.
I keep seeing all these videos of people just bashing, being negative. It's looking like they were waiting to be negative. And you can give feedback without being negative and bashing. I'm not making excuses because, yes, things did happen, but there were literally unfortunate things that happened to not only just us of the group. These same things happen to other people outside of the Black Ski Weekend group.
Full disclosure, the Shade Room was scheduled to interview Zakia on Saturday, but she canceled the interview on the day of, saying, quote, after further reflection, I have decided it's best if I don't continue with the Shade Room interview. In my last video, I said I was finished talking about it, and I do think it's best that I end the story there with grace, end quote. Emmanuel Jones says that he believes she used the Shade Room as a threat to tarnish his business with bad publicity. Here's what she sent him after she canceled our interview. Quote, tonight when you get on your knees and pray to God, you better thank both him and me for sparing you, because I had the power to expose you to millions of people. Next time, think twice before you ever play with me and my family again. Expletive, expletive, expletive. I spoke to Darius Thomas. He's the CEO of Dynamic Experiences. It's a leading international event management company. He's talking both sides and how we all can learn from this. Darius, I explained to you the details surrounding this drama involving Black Ski Weekend Arizona. Your initial thoughts about this? Obviously, there's always 3 sides to a story: his, hers, and the truth. But it's how you move and shake and make it right, right?
Absolutely. I'm extremely appalled and shocked by some of the feedback that the organizer has received. I would naturally say it's very important for all attendees to know what's going to happen, where it's going to happen, and to actively communicate. You should know your roommates before you get on a trip. You should know the room that you're going to be assigned before you get on a trip. So I'm thinking next time that the organizer would be sure to give more information than not in the future.
What is the first thing that comes to mind when you are organizing a trip of this caliber?
So I'm going to make sure I have a spreadsheet with all the expenditures for the trip as well as the revenue that's coming in because we plan luxury experiences that are 5 stars. And I'm going to make sure that the attendees have the full itinerary. They know when things are going to take place and they know all the other details that I also know. I also sometimes give them the contract if the trip is applicable for that so they can know any type of cancellations that's needed for the trip as well.
Mm, okay. And also pictures, videos, anything to give a visual aid as to what people can expect.
Absolutely. So we give hyperlinks of all of our excursions. We give a hyperlink of the hotel where they'll be staying, as well as all the booking details that's behind that. So if anything ever happened, they would have all the details beforehand and when we're there.
Things can happen with travel groups. It's about a plan B, even a plan C. Is that also something that you have to keep in mind?
Absolutely. Naturally, I would say things will always come up. We're human, so we're going to make mistakes. But it's about how you respond back to the glitches on your trips. And you have to consider what will happen if you're not there on the trips with your guests, and or if you are there, how will you actively communicate with them? You will have to share if refunds will be given, or if you're going to make other modifications for them so they can have a dynamic experience.
We've covered similar stories like this too, including Black Yacht Weekend in Chicago. You remember where a woman was accused of failing to pay back tens of thousands of dollars after she booked boats for guests, but didn't have the contracts to back it up. This case, though, was a little bit different. It shows the power of social media and what we say on these platforms, how damning it can be to people, even if all the facts are not presented. A reminder, too, that I'm not always there to help you. So it's up to you to do your homework if you're interested in these types of events, these trips online, and also fact check when it comes to reviews. For TSR Investigates, I'm Justin Carter. Hello, roommates, and thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Do you want more TSR Investigates? Be sure to subscribe and check us out at theshaderoom.com.